Welcome back to this channel. This is Unfiltered Works with me, Clement, and in this video, we're going to talk about the earnings season. What 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 should we expect? What is the market looking out for? I'm going to tell you all that. So first, this is the earnings calendar for this week. As usual, you can see the name here, Earnings Whispers. If you want to get the calendar, just go to the Twitter page of Earnings Whispers. They do release it every Saturday for the coming week. They release it. Okay, so this is just some of the company. You can see Netflix, Verizon, P&G, Tesla, American Airlines, Intel, Visa. Yeah, it's the earnings season. So let's look at the things you are supposed to be watching out for. Profitability, cash flows, guidance, year-over-year changes in EPS and sales, dollar weakness, AI monetization, and company specifics. So just to give you a brief overview of what to expect, cash flows, profitability, that one totally makes sense on their own. It's kind of self explanatory. How well is the company doing in terms of profit? Is it generating money? Is it losing money? Yeah, that's obviously important. Cash flows, like how much cash does company have able to cover its liabilities, able to for operating income, operating cash flows, all that. Yeah, these numbers are very important. Just traditionally, regardless of the season, it's important to check these numbers, cash flows and profitability. Then there's guidance. This is what the market is especially looking out for to see if companies are projecting a good year or if they're projecting a bad year. This is especially important because these companies, most of them, remember these are multinationals, especially in the US. They are big companies in the US and even globally. So, what they think the economy is going to do is very important. How they think they're going to do this year, the kind of earnings they're going to make, it's it's very important because it's it's an indicative. It's a good, how can I put this? It's a good leading indicator of what the economy, or rather what the consumer in general is going to do throughout the year. So yeah, if they project goods, if the projections are good, if the guidance is good, then of course the markets will continue rallying. If the guidance is bad, then some stocks will tank and the outlook is going to be gloomy for the rest of the year until the next earnings season at least. So, year-over-year changes in EPS and sales. EPS is earnings per share, which you can just summarize it as earnings. It's the same as profitability, but in this case, we are looking at the year-over-year changes. And the year-over-year change is especially important to tell you the trend of the company's progress over the past year, how how well they're doing now versus how well they were doing the same time 1 year ago. Right. So even in sales, they are very important volumes to show the strength of the consumer. They're very important values to show how well has the consumer done and how well has the company done in terms of putting their products out there, and how well the consumers are in terms of spending money on this product. And since we're talking about big companies here like Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Meta, yeah, you know them, Apple, of course. So these big companies, their sales volumes really do reflect on the health of the consumer in general. That's why they're so important. Also, there's the aspect of dollar weakness. We've seen the dollar weakening for some time now, for the better part of the last quarter of last year, the Q4. Yeah, the dollar really got weak. I don't know if you can check on that chart. Let's check it, in fact. Here we are. So as you can see, this is the daily chart of the dollar index, and as you can see from October, yeah, the last 3 months of 2023, the dollar really dumped and it wiped out all the gains it had made since July. So you can see this is October. Look at the period separators. I hope they're clear enough. This is October, November, December. The dollar just kept falling and falling. So back to what we were talking about. Why this is a good thing? It's because most of these multinational companies, a significant portion of their revenue is from overseas, as in exports. Yeah, because some products are made in the US for exports to other countries, or rather, some products are made outside of the US and they are sold still outside of the US, but they are sold by companies based in the US, businesses done by companies in the US, and they have to report their earnings as US companies. And yeah, so there's this big network of exports going out of the US and into other countries, and the fact that the dollar has weakened, that means some of these products have also become cheaper and more available to their customers overseas. So yeah, that's expected to boost sales volumes, the weakness of the dollar. If you remember the last earnings season, the dollar was quite strong and it really caused problems for some of these companies. Yeah, I remember Tesla and even Netflix, they did talk about it. But yeah, we're going to wait and see this time if they're going to mention about how the weakness of the dollar in the recent past has affected their businesses in a good way. Next, AI monetization. This is big because most of these top companies are doing something to do with AI. Microsoft has some, yeah, they bought ChatGPT, I'm sure, which is OpenAI, the company. They also launched some Copilot AI products, and they're for sale, of course. So how a company is able to develop its AI systems and monetize those products, it's really going to have a big bearing on the direction the stock prices are going to take. If a company is seen to be doing well, both in the developing sector, like if their models are they're still in the works for producing better AI models, and if the already existing models are bringing in uh, a good amount of revenue, then of course it's going to be good for the stock. If the outlook is good, if they're doing good, and if they're expected to do good, yeah, so it's going to be very good news for the company. Another one is company specific. For this one, we're going to I just tell you like some companies like Tesla. You know, Tesla, we're looking at the profit margins because of the price cuts, of course. So that's a that's a problem specifically for that company. So yeah, if all of these companies reporting earnings, they have that specific element that the market is looking out for. We're looking to see if Tesla is going to announce more price cuts, looking to see how bad will the profit margins be affected, looking to see how bad will the cash flows be affected. And yeah, these are just some of the some of the numbers that are specifically important for the company in question. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I think I'm done here. I'm not going to add anything else. If if you're interested in learning these things, you can always read some news articles. They're really important. They do help a lot. And yeah, that's it for this week. That's it for this video. Have a lovely week.